What up? What up? What up? What up? Y'all hear that theme music? You see these beautiful faces. We are the Let's Get Canceled podcast. I'm your boy Tommy with an H. I'm the voice of the people. I speak for y'all.
And I'm your boy, Big Tech Dog, your favorite friendly, lovable loudmouth. Hey, yo, cousin.
What up, cousin?
You ready?
Oh, I'm ready.
Are you sure? You don't sound
ready.
sure.
I'm ready.
Let's get
canceled. On tonight's episode, we have just a couple quick things to get into. We're going to jump into the beat-off band that's going on down there in Mississippi. Portly Privilege is what we're going to call our main story for this evening. Portly Privilege. If you saw the thumbnail, you know exactly what's going on right here. And our main story tonight, I'm just going to say me and this guy may not be on the same page when it comes to this main story. But we're going to start off with what just happened here just a couple days ago. The NBA trade deadline is tomorrow at 3. It is 3 p.m. tomorrow, Thursday, the 6th, I believe it is. And we've had a major development that went down. But before we get into the stories here tonight, cousin.
Yo, what up, man?
Tell everybody to like, share, subscribe. And if you're looking for us on TikTok wanted me to do a whole bunch of extra that I wasn't able to do ahead of time. They bullshitting. So we're just going to have to push that one to the next live. But we are here. Cousin, like, share, subscribe. Where can they find us now? Because again, we are available on your favorite podcast network.
They can find us everywhere. If you listen to podcasts instead of just watching them on YouTube or your social media, you can find us everywhere you find podcasts. All right. Anywhere you're thinking about, that's where we at. All right. Find your favorite streaming platform for podcasts, and we're there, including Apple Music and all of the others. All right. So make sure that you share that with your friends. Make sure that you take that long ride, man. Just put us on in the background and listen. I promise you we'll get you through that trip.
We're going to get you through the trip. You might close your eyes laughing a couple times, so be safe out there, but definitely put us on.
Yeah. Make sure that when we get as the volume starts to rise, as we start talking a little louder, go ahead and get over to that next rest stop because we about to say something outlandish. You probably don't want to be behind the wheel when that happens. You dig?
You already know it because that guy Tech is definitely going to say something that probably should not be said out loud.
Wait a minute. All right, I'll give you that. But I learned it from somebody. I learned it from my big cuz. That's how that goes. But
Mike and Cleve, he telling on y'all.
Hey, listen, man. It's been a whole lot of stuff going on. Like you said, NBA trade deadline is tomorrow.
Tomorrow,
right?
Yes.
And a couple of things have gone on that were one real shocking thing.
Oh, there was a huge one. There was a huge one, and it seemed like that's the only thing that really mattered.
Right, but when I heard about it, I heard about this trade. It was late night, right?
Mm-hmm.
I was playing a gig about 2:00 in the morning. I'm done. I'm packing up, and the bouncer comes up to me, goes, "So you heard about the trade?" I said, "Oh, where did what's his name end up?
Jimmy Butler."
Jimmy Butler. I said, "All right, so where did Jimmy Butler end up at?" And I said it like that. He goes, "No." I said, "That's the only one I even care about." He goes, "Bigger than that." I said, "There can't be. What you mean bigger than that?" And when he told me that AD and they traded Luka for AD, I was like, you have got to be out of your ever loving mind, bro. I was like, there's no way that happened.
I definitely did not see that one coming at all. For it to be Luka for AD, didn't think the Lakers would do that. I really thought the Mavericks would die on the Luka hill. Like I'm still not understanding fully, and you hear a lot of things about him being out of shape, but that out of shape guy just took you to a finals just last season. So,
and if he's out of shape, you mean to tell me you ain't got AD? I mean, listen, he's done better. Okay, he's been better this past season.
I called someone the day after that trade, and they said, "Oh, I'm so glad the Lakers got rid of Juicy Fruit." And I was like, "Why is he Juicy Fruit?" They were like, "He started off real good, but he don't last long." So I was like, "Oh." shout out to the homie E. She has been talking about this man forever and a day, and she was like, "Oh, they finally got rid of Juicy Fruit." I was so ecstatic. So that was major. So I'm gonna ask you right now: who do you think won this trade?
Honestly, in the immediate, I think Dallas wins this trade. In the immediate, I'm gonna tell you why.
Okay.
Because whereas AD is a piece to a puzzle that can win as is, Luka is a cornerstone of a franchise with its cornerstone leaving out. So they're going to build around Luka. So in the immediate, we're talking in this season, next season, I believe that Dallas came out better in this. Long term, depending on the moves that LA makes, LA definitely came out better in this. I have a feeling that Luka goes to LA and they get his conditioning under control. Maybe not to the extent of like he's never going to be that work ethic in the gym like a LeBron or like a Kobe or anything like that. But he's definitely going to be more in shape in LA than he was in Dallas, I believe.
Okay. Because I was definitely going to say how. How do you think they're going to get him to actually start working out? Because if
I really think it's the environment.
If me, fat and lazy, as y'all call me, fat and lazy, can take you to the finals, why would I change that?
Because the fans ain't gonna let it rock if you don't go to the final. He can stay there. He can stay just like he is if he takes him to the finals next season. If he doesn't, guess what? Nigga, you can't. You gonna change something.
Things are definitely different in LA than they are in Texas.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Now, here's the other thing about that, though. This is the thing, and I told you this before, but before that, I thought about it, and people were saying if Mark Cuban was there, if Mark Cuban was the majority owner still, this trade wouldn't have happened.
Never
and I
happened.
100% believe that.
Because
Mark Cuban will ride with you till the wheels fall. He's loyal to his players and to that franchise.
Yes.
Now, in this instance, though, I don't know that would have been better if Mark Cuban would have just stuck it out with Luka. Now, we're talking about this trade with Luka Doncic as averaging what 28, 8 and 8 or something crazy like that. Like he's averaging during their triple double. Right. He's got more experience as a pro at 25 than some other players at 30 and 32. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's not like we're talking about a scrub that got traded away. You know what I mean?
Right.
We're talking a legit superstar.
You have a 25-year-old, 5-time All-Star, All NBA talent that you were willing to give up for Mr. Glass.
And now here's the thing about Mr. Glass. What is the piece that Dallas was really missing? They were really missing defense. Like they were really They were really missing, like, and when I say really missing, I'm not talking about they were completely terrible, but
this season they were not doing well. This season they were struggling. They were struggling.
Right. So if you add AD, who is 4-time, 5-time all defensive team?
Yes.
And
I think 9-time All-Star, 5-time All NBA. So you did, like you said, you did not get a scrub, but this was still something that was. I don't think I've ever seen star for star get traded this way in the NBA before. Like that's something that I don't think I've ever experienced
for so little, because
40 plus years of knowing.
On paper, Luka is worth a whole lot more than AD. And Luka's worth a whole lot more than AD plus a first round pick 2 years from now.
2029, I believe it is.
Yeah, and he's worth more than that. And on paper. Now, let's see what happens. What I do like about the Mavericks organization is that their GM stepped up and was just like, hey, listen, I'm the one who has to make the tough decisions. I made this decision. And he's not hiding up nowhere. He ain't issuing a statement through a publicist.
Right.
This nigga's on camera. And he said, this was me.
Sitting next to the coach saying, I made the call.
And didn't tell the coach.
And did not tell the coach. Did not tell the coach.
If I was J Kidd, I'd resign tomorrow.
You can't, because again, I have to make these decisions. This is the Jerry Jones world of sports.
I'll resign tomorrow, because what happens is I don't care. Like that's like saying, you know what I'm saying? Like we say for the Let's Get Canceled podcast, right? We hire an executive producer and we tell that executive producer, hey, listen, your job is to do everything with this show and make sure that it's a success, and you got to make the calls. And then once we tell him or her that, we come back and go, oh, by the way, yesterday we got on live and decided to do it this way. Hey man, either we gonna let them do the job or we not. You know what I'm saying?
And
It's
and
one of
that's
them
the
things.
thing. I pay you to coach. I pay you to cook. I didn't pay you to buy groceries. I'm buying groceries. You cook. That's the deal we make. So Jason Kidd, you're paid to go out there and cook. They're gonna buy the groceries for you, and whatever it is that they put in front of you, whatever's the fresh catch of the day, I need you to make it the best.
Nope. See, you're looking at it like you've hired a personal chef and you're telling them what you want to eat. I'm looking at it like you hired an executive chef to run your restaurant. Those are two different things. The
But
executive
Jason
chef
Kidd
decides
is
the
not
menu.
an executive chef. He's a
He should be.
line cook.
He,
He is a line cook. Whatever I put out there, sir, you chop it up and serve it. Because as a head
horrible.
coach, you are not the general manager. I'm still your boss.
Yeah.
So what I tell you, if you don't want to coach these players, you know what I could do? I'll find someone who will. But these are the players that are going to be on this team. This is what I deem best. If you remember back on The Last Dance, you had their general manager going in telling Michael Jordan, like, hey, we're going to move on from Phil Jackson and Scotty. You can stay here if you want to. We're going to still pay you, but these guys are leaving after this year. We're not moving forward with this. And that's when they came. That's when Phil came and wrote out, this is the last dance for these guys, because they realized that people are getting older. People are not progressing the way that we expected them to. And for him to come out and admit that Luka, his conditioning just was not there.
Right.
What do they know about Luka at 25 that they were willing to give him away? Like, what do you know? What do they know?
That's my question. And now this is where, did the Lakers step in it and we just don't know yet? Did the Lakers screw up and we don't know yet? Because honestly,
that's the
bro,
thing. I don't know what Luka could be going on but for me to give up my franchise player at 25 years old, that's someone who could be my franchise for the next 10 years running.
we need to send one to him.
Here you go, J Kid. Here you go, buddy. But yeah,
Salud.
so I don't know I don't know what the Lakers missed, or if they were working in good faith. And I as an NBA team, I expect you to deal in good faith, because you're going to need me again at some point, and you don't want me to screw you over. So you wouldn't give me a product, would you?
And I think the league has things in place to because if it came out that there was something wrong with Luka and they didn't disclose that, then
he's got to pass a physical. He's got to pass a physical before everything becomes official. But if there's a mentality thing that they see with Luka,
he doesn't have to pass, so there doesn't have to be any disclosure of any personal struggles that's going on. Like, is there an alcoholism problem? Is there a gambling problem? Is there, stuff like that? So
because when you have Michael Finley come to him after they made it to the finals, and Michael Finley has to come in and grab a beer can out of Luka's hand immediately following the game, because, hey man, we have more games to play. Like, there could be something going on there that the Lakers just didn't do their due diligence on, because from what's being told, they said it was like a 30-minute conversation, or 30 minutes between first phone call and let's do it.
No, I heard this started like 3 months ago. Like, the first conversation was had like 3 months ago
with the Lakers.
Yeah,
no, because that was one of the things, because they ended up having to get other teams involved. So that was one of the things with Danny Ainge saying he didn't have an opportunity to throw a wrench in this, because he didn't realize where Luka was going.
I could have sworn that I read somewhere, and again, this is just I read somewhere, so take it with a grain of salt. But I could have sworn I read somewhere the first conversation was 3 months ago, and then they pulled the trigger after they worked out some logistics.
Yeah, because you ended up having to get other teams involved in this, and they say Danny Ainge, the shrewd operator he is, would normally not allow these superstars to be moved alongside other superstars.
Right.
But hey, he did it when he let Ray Allen go to Miami. So Danny Ainge, Eat it, buddy. Eat it. You had to deal with it.
So here's the other thing that I have, and I got another question for you, and you can answer this for me. Luka's got to play with LeBron James. Now, I'm going to ask you, how do you think that's going to go? And then I'll tell you what my take is on it. How do you think that's going to work out?
Luka is there to replace LeBron. I do not believe he is there to play alongside LeBron for real, because LeBron's almost out of here. So this is just a transition. This is a passing of the torch by the Lakers, understanding that LeBron's on his last leg. We can't trade him, but we can come in and bring somebody else in to take over this team and be prepared and get acclimated to what we do have here. Now, as far as what they have to do, being that they are on the same team, they're both ball dominant, big 6'9" guys who need the ball in their hands to make the plays that they make, to get these 29 8-and-8s every night. So someone's going to have to come off of the ball. And I don't believe LeBron James is just a spot up shooter. And I don't believe Luka's a spot up shooter.
Not at all.
However, I do believe that LeBron knows how to play the game well enough up here that if he's not involved with on the ball handling and distribution, he can spend a little bit more time on the defensive side, locking in on the defensive side and giving a little more effort there, because I don't have to think the game as much as I would, and I don't have to be as physically dominant. I can go and do my backdoor cuts and all those sorts of things, set those screens, get those rolls, picks, and that sort of thing. So I think LeBron is smart enough to play the game that way. However, I don't think he is most effective that way. And I know Luka for a fact is not effective that way. Like I told someone before, I believe what they got in Luka is what LeBron is at 40. A slowed down version of the 25-year-old LeBron. He's not as fast or physically gifted as LeBron was. However, he thinks the game the right way. He plays it at a pace about to where LeBron is right now at 40 years old. So I don't think they're losing much, but the loss of AD is going to have to change LeBron's game. He's going to have to get down low a little bit more.
You got to play bigger.
He's going to have to play a bigger role down there. They're going to have to find a way to get some big men. They cannot be done. They've got about another 12 hours maybe to get this done. They've got to get busy because you need some big. They better call Dwight. I think Dwight Howard somewhere is trying to find a job still. They better call Dwight.
I want you to listen to me very carefully. Lakers organization, don't you call that nigga. Listen, I don't know. You know what though? That might be a good piece for them. That if I think about it without my own personal biases, I think that might. I mean, they just need an athletic big man.
Yeah, you don't need him. You don't need him to score. You don't need him to score.
No, we don't need. We just need a presence.
Defensive presence, right?
Right. So, but let me tell you what I think. And I told you this before. I think LeBron's retiring.
This year?
Listen, this offseason, I could see it.
LeBron James is going to get his victory tour. He's going to get his farewell tour from the league. He's going to give every fan. Here's when I think you'll notice LeBron's leaving is when LeBron James is playing every road game. When he doesn't sit out a road game, I think that's when we're going to be able to see like, oh yeah, LeBron's on his way out of here now. Because if LeBron James is still sitting out, not giving the fans what they want, LeBron wants his love. He wants his love. He wants that Kobe. He wants that Kobe, that cap love. I've done so much for this league. I don't think the league would allow LeBron to retire on his own. Not without giving that farewell to. Do you know how much? Do you know how much money is involved with LeBron James saying bye bye?
You still got to come on the other side of the All-Star game. So listen to what I'm saying. Post All-Star game, LeBron says after the trade deadline tomorrow, after everything goes through, LeBron says, "Hey, I think this may be my last season." He doesn't come out and definitively say it.
He says that after every season, though.
But that's why I'm saying that he'll say it earlier, right after the All-Star. Like he comes out and goes, "I think this is my last season.
I don't know how much more tread left on these tires."
Right, and I feel that we've been able to put the Lakers organization in a good position by adding Luka to the beat. Now this is going to happen. I believe this offseason, the Lakers go in because they got a year and a half. Like they got another year after this season on Luka's contract, right? So I think they go ahead and sew him up for a long-term deal in the offseason. And then LeBron definitely doesn't come back. But I think he starts hinting at it around a little, maybe in a few weeks. And then they build up. I agree with you. I think they're getting ready to pull the trick on another big trade, another big deal before tomorrow. I hope, because Jesus Christ, if not, this is not it.
But
and then I heard something.
They really did set themselves up good for the future, though, because with Dallas not having to pay Luka that supermax, the Lakers don't have to pay him that supermax. So
nobody does. Yep.
Because so come next season, the Lakers are going to have enough money to get another player on a supermax deal, and hopefully San Antonio doesn't screw up with what they just did. Because if the Lakers start waving their hands at Wemby in a year and a half, that could. Dwight on his honeymoon with his beard, right?
With his beard, right? Like, this is what people are coming. I appreciate you. I think that is the most hilarious one that I've heard so far.
But yeah, but just the opportunity that the Lakers have right now to make a run at somebody in another year and a half, I think they put themselves in a really good position with this. But the other trade that went down that really sparked my look was
it sparked your look.
Fox.
It didn't spark mine, but it sparked yours. Me and you talked about this.
We talked about this, young man. I talked to you about De'Aaron Fox.
You did.
And I said, maybe the Orlando Magic need to make a push for this young man. But he ended up going over to San Antonio, teaming up with Wemby, the former number 1 overall draft pick, the unicorn, the freak of nature. I think
Can we talk about Wemby for a quick second, bro?
Yes,
listen, man.
Yes.
I have never in my entire life, this is not since Shaq, have I felt like this is a completely different human being. You know what I'm saying? Like, Shaq was big and strong and athletic, and was just, he embarrassed the legends. Right. He abused people like the Admiral. He abused people like Olajuwon. Like, now they got back. Olajuwon kind of gave him a little bit something back. But you know what I'm saying? Like, Alonzo Mourning was just abused. Yeah. There were, Wemby came in this league at 7'3". What is he?
That guy's like 7'6".
7'6". Good God Almighty. I Jesus Christ. But he came in this league being able to, he's doing all the stuff that people go to Olajuwon to figure out how to do. He does
everything. And dude, I saw him working out with Sham God over the summer, man. Like, the point guard. Like, you're out here working on your handle. You're that big, that tall. And I remember in one of those clips from when he was playing in his Euro League, the boy shot a 3, missed it, followed his own 3-point shot with the putback dunk. You don't see that happen often in.
Well, it helps when you don't have to take but a step from the 3-point line to get to the rack.
Exactly. So this kid is going to be special. And when I saw his initial game, I was like, oh, I don't know. That first summer league game, I was like, I don't know about this guy. He may be a little too soft. And all he's done after that was prove me to be a complete idiot. And for that, I'm going to admit it. I was not sold. And
you ain't the only one.
And I continued to watch, and there was no doubt that this guy is going to be the face of the league coming up on 2 years.
Bro, I look at him and I go, he's so small.
He's frail.
Like, he looks like he's going to take one step and he's going to shatter. You understand what I'm saying? But he hasn't been significantly, like, not to the level of AD.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I fully expected him to be injury prone, and he's shown he's pretty durable, bro.
And I think the difference with the way the league is now, where it's such a spread out and stretched game, that he doesn't have to deal with the physicality of yesteryear. And I think that is going to be able to extend his career, because had he come in the 90s, where guys were fouling for a living, where guys were out there punishing on the base, in the blocks, like, that's a completely different game. But now at 7'6", I'm a stretch 4 at 7'6". I'm not a center. So
Right.
there's that's completely different. So I'm looking forward to seeing what him and Swiper do, because De'Aaron Fox is a bona fide star. He is one of the faster point guards out there. And if Wemby can keep up, I think they can make some noise. Not this year, because again, I still think they're too young and they don't have any help. But the way that Pop works his teams, I think they're going to be okay. So I'm good with that trade also. But I still think the Magic should have given up Cole Anthony and Jonathan Isaac.
You keep saying and. I do not think that the Orlando Magic are going to part ways with Jonathan Isaac anytime soon for anything less than a $1 billion. Like, I don't. There is and I've got an allegiance to Jonathan Isaac too. He's just a good guy. Like,
he's a good guy.
in town, he's a fan favorite. He's a great guy in the community. He does a whole lot of stuff here in Central Florida.
He played at Florida State, so I was familiar with him there. So yeah, I understand what he is, but I think I can get something for him. I think you could get something for him.
But see, that's the thing. We've Orlando's a different animal because they've got to really tiptoe around because they've made decisions in the past.
Yeah,
that
have moved on too early on a couple of guys, and now you're afraid to pull the trigger.
Yeah. So, well, we'll see, man. They unless something changes here in the next few hours, the Orlando Magic look like they're just going to kind of stick with the team that they got, the squad they got, and really going to keep developing those players. And we'll see how that goes, man. Yeah, I think the Magic have a really good squad, and we got a good group of talent. And let's see what happens on this back half of the season. Anyway.
Yeah,
that's enough of sports.
If you're watching us right now, hit the like button, hit share, subscribe, share it with a friend, let everybody know what's going on. I'm gonna pull this real quick. And we're going to the beat off band. We're going to the beat off band, and I know some of you like, what the hell is he talking about? Where Senator
He's talking about exactly what you think he is.
Senator Bradford Blackman, out of Mississippi, has introduced a bill there with contraception begins at erection, and he wants to ban masturbation.
Bless his heart.
Hold on. Heat dealing Jimmy Butler to the Warriors for Andrew Wiggins. This is breaking news.
What?
This is breaking news. Hold on. This just popped up. Hold up. Wait. Oh, man. Sources, the Heat are finalizing Jimmy Butler trade to the Warriors. The Miami Heat are finalizing the deal to send Jimmy Butler to the Golden State Warriors for Andrew Wiggins, Dennis Schroeder, Kyle Anderson, and a protected first-round pick. According to Stans.
I got it right here.
Oh boy, things are happening in real time. Hey man, this is the beauty of the live. This is the beauty of the live because man. Bro, this is this is what you were waiting for. This is what you were looking
waiting on. I knew it was coming. It had to come because they weren't gonna keep him. I knew it was coming.
I would have kept him. I would have kept him and left him over there dead. I'd have left him for dead.
He would have had. They could have legally left him broke for a season and a half.
Yes,
based on his
at least the rest of this season, save themselves about $20 million, and then just give it to him next year. If he comes back and acts right. And if he doesn't act right, so what?
Now, I want to point something out. This article says it. It says this will be Butler's 5th NBA team, and he still has yet to leave one cleanly. Though it's not like he hasn't been vindicated with time. He was traded from Chicago Bulls after clashing with the head coach. And questioning his teammates. He was traded from the Minnesota Timberwolves after similar clashes with Karl Anthony Towns and Andrew Wiggins.
Yep.
I remember that. He jumped to Miami after the Sixers.
Because you remember when he went to the Sixers and then the Sixers didn't want to pay him and he talked his way out of there to Miami. And now you've gone up against the Godfather in Pat Riley down there in Miami. Like, bro.
Hey, listen,
really?
Not me and Doc. I want to say me and Breeze had this conversation the other day, and it was like, bruh, it's Pat Riley. Like he could do that. Pat Riley has proven that he can do whatever he wants to do because he's Pat Riley. You know what I'm saying?
He has created champions. He has built winning teams. Those teams he had in New York that were just grit and grind. Like This is Pat Riley. And for you to go there and to shun the Heat culture that they built down there and to talk that talk, it's going to be interesting to see what happens out there in Golden State, because Steve Kerr ain't no punk.
Not at all. Not at all.
And how are him and Draymond going to coexist?
Ooh, bro, I didn't even think about that. Oh, this is the greatest thing ever. Hey, I will get season tickets to go to California, bro, just to go. What?
Dude.
But I will say this much. I think this is going to be his last chance.
Definitely so. Definitely so. There's not going to be teams lining up to jump into the Jimmy Butler business, because, again, his history shows a lack of respect for leaders. And I understand this player empowerment that we've had going on here over the last 10, 15 years or so, but this isn't the way to do it. This isn't it. Because at some point, they're going to just stop guaranteeing these kids all this money. If you're willing to come in here and not play, then we've got to find some recourse to get our money back. Because all of this guaranteed money, that collective bargaining agreement is going to be something special, and it's going to be something that I don't think these players are going to want to have to deal with because of players like Jimmy.
Right. But you know what? We've crossed the threshold at this point. Like, I feel like it started out where I was a big proponent for, you know what, the players are putting all the work in. The players are doing everything. They deserve all this money. And then these teams are just trying to take advantage of them, which I believe was the case to a degree. Right. And it still may be to a degree the case. But if you are a franchise, if you're worth, like, say you yourself is worth $1 billion, right? And you hire people and give them millions and millions of dollars in hopes that you make more billions of dollars. Right. You understand what I'm saying? Well, guess what? It is perfectly fine for me to expect you to operate in a certain way. That's just fair, because I'm going to give you a whole truckload of money.
Right.
Well, you're making money too. That's the whole point. But I could make this money with you, or with that guy over there, or with one of the hundreds of thousands of kids coming out of school every single decade that I could build a team with.
And the thing is, I'm not only paying you, but I'm paying all these other people around you as well. So don't worry about what I'm doing with my money. You agreed to this contract. So play your contract out. And that's my thing with player empowerment. It is play your contract out. Like, if you want out, that's what free agency is all about.
Absolutely.
So play out what you signed up for, and then you have the power to go wherever you want to go, whoever's willing to take you. But at least play out what we signed up for. You agreed to this. You have not outplayed. You haven't gotten me a championship, so you have not outplayed your contract. You got the most money I could give you. Take it, play it out. You had another year left after this. You could have gone anywhere else, got you a Supermax deal, and been a good steward of our league. But instead, you make us look like fools, coming in here tweeting, I don't have no job, going out wearing the opposing team shoes, colorways during the game, showing up to practice. They say, well, you haven't been here, so you're not going to start. Then you just leave practice, and giving us an opportunity to say, well, you know what? Just don't come back. You're suspended indefinitely.
Listen, man, Jimmy Butler is what you try to teach the high school kids, what those coaches try to instill in those high school kids. Like, look, doesn't matter how good you are, your attitude will take you a whole lot further than your skill.
Right.
And there's no reason for Jimmy Butler not to be a franchise's star long-term at this point. Like, he could have been that tent pole for any one of those teams where it was just like, man, in the post Jordan era, the post Pippen era, we got Jimmy Butler, or you know what I'm saying? He could have been that, but instead, his attitude. This is why when we talked about it before, and I was like, I wouldn't want him over here in Orlando. I wouldn't be mad at it, but it's one of those things like, I don't know if that type of attitude fits into the locker room. And I think Golden State is feeling like, you know what, we do have a Draymond Green. We already got one.
We have a strong enough set of of guys in our locker room that can put this under wraps. And I think that was a part of it with Jimmy when he initially got to Miami. You had the UDs over there who was telling him, "Hey, I'll bush in your like you had someone there, and then after a while, there's nobody." When he went over to Minnesota, there was no vet. He was the vet there because you got a young Karl Anthony Towns, a young Andrew Wiggins. I think it was a young Zach LaVine over there. So I think Jeff Teague was over there. Like you
that was another one. Zach just got traded too.
Yeah, Zach's going over to where did he go to Utah? No, he didn't go to Utah. I don't remember where Zach went. It was so much other stuff going on that I definitely missed that. But yeah, Jimmy and early on in Jimmy's career though, I was a Jimmy Butler fan. He played defense. He came in and worked his ass off in this league, and that's the kind of player that you cheered for and you rooted for, and then you become a jerk, and then you just decide to be a dick, and now it's like I can't root for that. It just makes it way more difficult to root for him.
Yeah, Zach went to the Kings, by the way.
He went to the Kings. Okay, so so that whole 3-14 trade that ended up sending De'Aaron over to San Antonio. Okay,
San Antonio, right?
I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it. He's gonna die over there. They're not gonna win a damn thing. But him and Sabonis should be okay. Sabonis is a bona fide all-star over there as well. Zach LaVine has been hurt a lot.
We're talking about
hey guys, practice, man. Not the game.
We talking about practice.
Right.
All right, man. Come on, man. We're gonna spend too much time on this.
Yeah,
we'll end up talking about this all night.
Yeah, that breaking news. Yeah, that breaking news did take it. So, hey, what we're gonna do is I want y'all to just go look him up because we got to get to our main story for the night. We only got about 20 minutes remaining. So
look that dude up right there.
Senator Bradford Blackman, he's 36. And he introduced the contraception begins at erection bill. He's getting some death threats down there in Mississippi because they like to play with their wang dangs down there. And apparently, boy, you gonna die trying to tell us we can't touch ourselves. Yeah, it gets real in the field.
Main story.
And what was the title of this? Portly privilege. Y'all see her. Oh. Don't say it. Don't say it.
Hold on. No, I'm not saying it. All right, so listen. So apparently, this young lady,
Dank DeMoss. Dank DeMoss is a rap name. Dank.
I'm sorry. I don't know why that's so funny to me. Dank DeMoss. Hey, so apparently, she was trying to get an Uber, right? Or some ride sharing.
It was a Lyft.
It was a Lyft. And the Lyft driver said, "Nah, I'm good," because she said that she exceeded like she was just too big to get in the car.
He was concerned with his car and his tires and sorts of things. Yeah. Do we have any information?
Listen, man, I'm looking it up right now. I'm pulling it up right now.
Okay. Yeah. But this young lady decides to go live and say that, "Hey, I do this all the time. What you mean I can't get in your car?"
I can tell you why you can't get in the car. Here, look. She said, and what she's doing, and I'm reading now from the thing. And for y'all who are just listening, right? She looks every bit of how big she says she is, right? Like she doesn't. You know how sometimes people say, "Yo, I'm 270, I'm 280," and they go, and you go, "Nah, you don't look it." Yes, she does. She's large. All right?
All of the 478s.
All 478 pounds of her, right? And so she is actually pushing back and said that she faces discrimination from Lyft because of her weight. Now, here's the thing that I'm just going to play something for you real quick, all right? And you tell me what you think about this after I play this for you, all right? Just
now,
here you go.
It's like my mind don't know that I'm this big. My mind does not know that I'm this big. So I be feeling like I can do everything So when I walk in the gym, I feel like I'm fit. Or like if I'm trying to do certain shit, I feel like I could do it. And then I be like, damn, I can't do this shit. But in my head, I'm like, damn, I could do that. So I'm gonna walk over there. Shit, I be going in the gym in front of all those people, 500 pounds in shorts, no shirt. Well, I have on a sports bra, but you know.
Bro.
All right, wait, nope. You will not take this from me. You will not take this from me. First things first. I know just by what I have seen that she is a liar. At least the reason I say she's a liar, because she just at 478 pounds just described being in the gym regularly. There is no way, if you walk past a gym regularly, you won't be 500 pounds. Like, come on. Like, let's be real. You did not. And she's like, oh, well, I be feeling like I can do that. And now I've done this before. Like, I distinctly remember the moment when I realized I can't get out here and play basketball with my kids anymore. Because at the end of it, now, here's the thing. People around you will know before you know. My wife knew that I wasn't supposed to be out there long before I did. Because I come home to like full on, I'm about to die in here. All right. But hey, you do what you want to do until you can't do because your body says you can't do it. She is 478 pounds. And if that's her self-disclosing, she's 478 pounds, that means she's 5'10 at a minimum. At a minimum. Okay. So at 510 pounds, and I'm going to stand on that, at 510 pounds, she's talking about being in the gym. And now she's mad at Lyft because that nigga, you know how much shocks cost? Do you know how much shocks cost on a car? And if you're driving for Lyft or Uber, your car is not, you're not driving a 2025. You got to, that's going to be a lot of money, bro. You got to go, and that's a lot of work. They don't even got them parts at your local auto parts store. You got to order them in, you know what I'm saying? Or you got to go to the junkyard and go pull it off yourself. You got to sweat for days. If she was changing shocks, maybe she wouldn't be 5'10". But see, this is what I'm saying. It's not fair. This is what I mean by portly privilege. She's listen, let me calm down. I'm sorry. Let me calm down.
I was damn sure gonna let you just ride, bro.
Let me calm down. Let me calm down. What I'm saying is, if I'm 5'2" and I'm playing basketball, I can't get mad because no team drafted me. I'm 5'2". You understand what I'm saying? There's been two people in the history of the NBA who were drafted around that height, right? Spud Webb, Muggsy Bogues. That's it. That's the all right.
List.
So I can't. That's the list. So I can't be mad because there's just certain things that I can't do. I am 43 years old. I'll be 44 this year, right? I'm 260 some odd pounds, right? There's just things that I can't do. I am not talking. This is not a fat shaming session. This is a common sense session. If in her mind, she thinks that she's not that big and she walks by mirrors all day, and if she's not lying about going to the gym, there are mirrors everywhere in the gym, and you don't feel like you're that big, but you can see, can't you?
You saw the thumbnail
Is there something
picture.
wrong? You saw it. Is there something wrong with your eyeballs that you can't see? You don't see that? She said you're in there, you're videoing, that's your camera. You saw it. You knew. And now you're mad against the Lyft driver. That man is trying to make a living for him and his family. And bro, I'm going to read you what she said. She said, this experience was humiliating and unacceptable. I am using my platform and this lawsuit to push for change, not just for me, but for everyone who has been made to feel less than because of their size. I can tell you a lot of things about her that she's made to feel like, but less than probably wasn't one of them. She's never been less than anything. You know what I'm saying? Greater than. You remember when you was in school, that gator mouth that opened that way and not that way? They get greater than, but not less than.
Will you please will you put that last comment up there for me, please? Put that last comment up there for me, please. On YouTube. The last YouTube comment.
Oh, here you go.
Because he always give a scroll. He always got a scroll for timing. Tech.
Hey, wait a minute. Wait. Watch the legals. What's going on with the right? Listen. Listen, what I'm saying is and this is from a big guy. Like, I'm a big dude. Like, so I'm not
Bruh.
talking about fat people. I'm talking about this fat person. Like, there's a difference. I'm not talking about fat people. I'm talking about this big girl. You understand what I'm saying? Whoo, boy. I'm sorry.
Oh, you got yourself.
Yeah.
But hey, I will say this. The discrimination that she faced, it's not right. However,
Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Which lets me further know that if I had to take a breath while reading that and I'm 260, her at 5'10", ain't no way in the world she's spending all that time in the doggone gym. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Tommy.
No, but I think she's I think she has a point to a point. Now, there needs to be some changes in the terms of service for these ride shares, saying if you are at a particular size that you must now choose something else, because you can't just tell, well, I guess the driver can say for any reason that we're not going to give you this ride. Hopefully I think they fired him though, but he was super respectful to her, telling her no. And if you look at the video, like, you could see how low his car was to the ground when he got there, before even putting her in it. Yeah, before she got into the car, you see how low it was to the ground. So him looking at an additional 478 pounds, and he mentioned his tires not being able to take that. So maybe he was trying to keep her safe.
10.
I'm just going by what that lady said. If it was a lie, she told it. But that was the thing that I noticed during that video, was the car was already low. So if she gets in, there's going to be some scrub action. He did call that lady greater than. He did call that lady greater than. But my thing is for him to, for Lyft, I'm just going to say for Lyft to not be the that day, man, y'all are bugging out.
I'm sorry, go ahead. I'm sorry, you trying to be serious, y'all. Like,
but that's exactly what this is all about. But for them not to have a mandatory, it could be viewed as discrimination, and you can't discriminate against big people.
Why?
Like, I know at the airport, if you have to get that extension on your seatbelt, or if you have to buy 2 seats, they let you know, hey, if you exceed XYZ, you must buy 2 seats. So there needs to be that expectation set before I call you, and then you pull up and was like, you know what? This ain't gonna work, baby. Like, you have to have something in place ahead of time. But do I believe the driver was wrong? No. But do I believe she felt like she had some sort of privilege as a bigger woman? Not necessarily. I think she was just embarrassed. But she made the embarrassment a lot worse by making the deal out of it that she did. She could have taken this to court quietly.
Listen, her lawyers, and this is a statement from the law firm representing Dank, was issued after the complaint was filed. Under the law, refusing someone transportation due to their weight is no different than refusing someone transportation based on their race or religion. Stop right there.
Full stop.
So now this is where my problem comes in. This is my problem that I have with the LGBTQAI plus community. This is the problem that I have with some women's groups. This is the problem I have with some other groups, because anytime someone feels like they didn't get what they deserved, then they equate it to the struggles that Black people have had. And right. I'm sorry, it's not the same. It's not the same. What you did was, and I kind of understand where she's coming from. I kind of understand, but the reason we say portly privilege is just because, number one, we love alliteration, and number two,
indeed.
Is because there's a certain air of arrogance that comes with look, it's obvious that you just should not or cannot do certain things because of limitations. So,
I think that's where it comes to, for me. For her, it's, I don't feel like there's nothing I can't do. There's anything that I cannot do.
But even she said it in the video. I will play the video again.
Yeah.
That heifer said she goes to the gym. She feels like she can do anything she wants to do until she tries. So if everybody around you is saying, don't do that, don't do that, you can't do that, and then you jump and you can't do it, it's like then you turn around and get mad at everybody else.
So that's the thing. Like, should he have allowed her to try to get into the car? And then when she heard that when that with the car scraping on car, like, hey, baby, like, should that have been the step that he took? As opposed to saying, no, baby, I don't think my car is gonna make it. My shocks, my tires aren't the best.
So let me ask you this, sir. You and I did an event. We did a birthday party in Tallahassee, right? Mm-hmm. And I had a car. You have a car. What type of vehicle did I show up in Tallahassee with to bring the equipment?
A van.
It was a van, a cargo van. You know why? Because could it all have fit in my car? Yes. Do you think that it's smart for me to put an extra, literally, probably another 700-800 pounds?
Don't say 510. Don't say 510.
No. But I mean, don't you think that it would have been dumb for me to put another 700-800 pounds in my sedan and then try and drive from Orlando to Tallahassee, right? So common sense. I ordered the vehicle. I don't own a cargo van. I rented a cargo van so I could drive it safely to where I needed to go. Uber has and Lyft have different levels of service. So what happens is if you need a van or a bigger car, you order that and you pay a little bit more, but that's what you got to get. I think what the problem is and where the privilege part comes in, you feel like you should be able to put any undue stress on others based on the way that you choose to live your life and then expect to only not be inconvenienced at all. That man is trying to drive for Lyft and trying to make some money to provide for himself and his family, I'm assuming. Even if he's just trying to get money to buy weed, I don't care. It's what he wants to do. And guess what? Vehicle. It's his vehicle. And you're putting undue stress on him.
So because I don't know much about these ride shares, so I'm going to ask some people who may use them. Somebody in the comments may know. When you order for multiple people, is that when you get the XLs? When you need more than one person being picked up?
No.
Or is there if you got a bunch of bags with you, or if you got 500 pounds worth of mask additional you need to order,
or a belly, right?
478. Yeah. Like I don't really know. So is it based on the number of people? Because if it's just one person, and she says she's always ordered regular, and she's been in cars smaller than that. Now every picture I've seen of her, she's been hanging out of an SUV. And when I say hanging out, I mean hanging out. I've never seen her with her feet in front of her sitting there. So Lyft coming out with a greater damn box. Boy, if they don't do this right now, it's going to be 3 people are equal or less of value. How we going to do this Lyft? But they better do something, because there is a legal battle that is going to be won and lost here. And I believe they're going to win. I really do believe they're going to win.
Wait, they who?
Dank and her people. I think Dank's going to win.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I think Dank's going to win, because there was nothing in place saying that she couldn't. And that's the problem. That's true. Just like you can sue for anything. So just like when people were dropping hot coffee on themselves from McDonald's and suing, saying they didn't tell me it was hot. Nigga, you just came and ordered a black coffee. And
but listen, no. Let me explain to you something. I want to explain something to you. There's a difference. All right.
You didn't tell me I couldn't.
No. The difference is the reason, number one, they won that lawsuit with the coffee. That was an elderly lady, number one. Number two, the coffee was ridiculously hot, like not regular serving temperature. She suffered 3rd-degree burns on her legs from wasting that coffee on her lap. And it was they had already been cited, that McDonald's had already been cited for serving coffee that hot. So that's why she won that, not just because nobody told me the coffee was hot. That's not how that went. Right. So, but this lady
have you read an iron? Have you read the box of an iron? It says, "Do not iron while wearing clothes." You know why? Because the nigga gonna sue you, because I'm gonna iron this while it's on me and burn myself into. You gotta make it dumb proof, and in this instance, you gotta make it 478 pound proof. You gotta let me know, because if I order a car and then you get there and tell me no, you have inconvenienced me for whatever I was doing. Like, luckily she wasn't going to make money, or they would have to pay that also. Now they probably just gonna have to give her a couple grand and she'll be on her way. And then they're gonna have to make some changes to their terms of service. That's gonna be the long and short of this one. But there have been countless other larger people who have come out and said they experienced the same thing. They don't have the platform that she has. So there's going to be a class action of some sort that may come of this. And that's going to be really, really bad for Lyft, unless they can settle it out and like, hey, we'll give you a free ride a month. We'll give you guys a free ride, something of that nature. But I am not completely against Miss Dank. I don't think I like that name, but it's okay. It's hers. She can have it. But I'm not completely against her, but and I don't even think it's the privilege. I just think she could have handled this outside of the public sphere, and there could have been she didn't have to be embarrassed, because she said they hurt her feelings. And I understand.
Ain't nobody's feelings been hurt. Your feelings ain't hurt. You put it out there to be hurt. Just stop. Just stop.
No,
that's what I mean, bro. Like, that's crazy.
Her feelings were hurt when the guy told her no, that she couldn't get in and she was like, you do this to other big people? He was like, yeah. And then she was like, and then he said, my tires. Like, I think that's what really got her. Like, nigga, you don't think I can sit on 4 tires, dog? Like, 4 tires can't hold me up? Like, that is.
And I want to say this, and I mean it, like, from the bottom of my heart. Like, I just want to be as clear as possible. Fuck your feelings.
There you go. There you go.
Like, let's be real, all right? Because, like, I mean, I understand what you're saying. I understand, and I agree with what you're saying. I believe she's gonna win. She's gonna get paid, and that's all good. Go get your baby. Go get your money, baby. Now, I bet we disagree on what she's gonna spend that money on. I bet whatever she's spending on is gonna be greasy.
It's gonna be some pretty wings. She's gonna get the wing tips. She's gonna get a bag of wing tips, bro.
Listen, man, it's just not. It doesn't make sense to me. So I'm gonna read something to you real quick. So Lyft has different ride types, right? Because you were asking about a minute. They have their standard ride, and it says a ride for up to 4 passengers, right? That's your standard, which is what she ordered. Then they have the XL, which is a ride for up to 6 passengers in a larger vehicle like an SUV or a minivan. Extra comfort, a ride in a newer, roomier vehicle. They've got the black level, which is premium black car service with leather seats, up to 4 riders, and then the black SUV, which is the same, but it's an SUV, right? Up to 6 riders. The thing is that based on what you're carrying and what you're bringing, because I could go by myself and get a standard Uber, but I can't put, 8 speakers in the car. You know what I'm saying? Like, because they're gonna be like, hey, that's a lot of extra weight. That's a lot. Now take those 8 speakers off and now put that weight on me. That doesn't change the fact that the weight's still there. You know what I mean? Like,
but trying to add 8 speakers is adding additional materials, and you don't have a space to put those big ass speakers.
That's additional material, nigga. That's additional material.
But it's compact though. It's compacted. It's like right here. It's tight. It's tight.
Where is it compact, nigga?
Right.
I think you and I have a different understanding of what the word compact means. Like, that's not compact.
But I'm saying, if you can get a regular ride that will handle up to 4 people, you add 4 200-pound adult males into a vehicle, you have exceeded what she is. So why would he?
They're not all in one spot.
He would let them in
not
there.
all in one spot. You got to
remember, in the middle. It's gonna wait. It's gonna balance out. She's gonna spill all over both sides. She's gonna balance it out.
Oh my God.
Oh, you think she's gonna look? You think the back of it?
Oh my God.
See, and this means it's time.
I've been waiting on my backup to get here. That's what I'm talking about.
All right, we have met.
You went all night.
We met an hour, guys. Hey.
No. Listen to me. You're telling me, like, you got to understand physics, okay? Understand physics. If you take weight and you spread it out over a larger surface area, it's distributed evenly, right? If you take all that weight and put it in one place and stick it in the back of a Toyota Corolla, nigga, that thing is gonna be riding like Snoop on the Chronic album, nigga, like just no, bro. There's no reason for your vehicle to be moaning and groaning just carrying one person. I'm sorry. This is not about big people. I'm a big dude.
And drive slow,
some of
homie.
the people I love, the people I love the most in this world are big people. This is not about that. This is about the fact that because you're big, you want everybody else to acquiesce to you and do it like you want to do it. Now, on the other hand,
I'm caping for my
it's
fat
Lyft's
people.
problem.
I'm a fat nigga, and I am caping for my fat people, and I want us to be treated respectfully, and don't pull up to my house and tell me no.
What's disrespectful about? I'm sorry, that's too much weight for my vehicle. Tell me what's disrespectful about that.
It's a car. You got a 2-ton vehicle here. You can take another half a person. If you could put 3 grown adults in the back seat, nigga, I'll lay down to spread this out. But you're not going to tell me I can't get in here.
Well, obviously,
I'll be
the Lyft
John
driver
Brown.
did say that. And I can almost guarantee you, like you said, the policies are going to be changing soon.
They've got to.
So yeah, this is just. I don't feel like that's. I don't think that because the policy is not there. I think that she deserves to go ahead and get this bread. Go ahead and do what you got to do. However, do not use this as a superhero or a martyr moment, because then nobody did you wrong. You just found a loophole. Like, let's be clear. Nobody treated you unfairly. You just found a loophole in the system because they didn't expressly say you can't get in here at 510 pounds.
I just think her fans need to buy her a vehicle. They need to chip in. They buy her a vehicle so she can drive herself.
Her fans ain't got that kind of money. They ain't got money for.
She's gaining new fans every day.
They can't get that girl like Denali. I'm sorry, bro. Like, that's what she need. I bet if she went to go buy a car right now, she wouldn't buy the same type of cars that Lyft driver was driving. You know why? Because it'd be too small. So that's what I'm saying. Like, so you wouldn't buy it because you would say it was too small for you, but you expect to get in the back seat of one because so that dude can take you around. I'm so mad about this story right now. I'm madder than I was when we started.
I see.
This is ridiculous. Look here. Look. One speed bump, and that car is total. All right. Who said this? Look. They said pause and spread this out. How you go? That's hilarious.
You got to spread all that out, man.
This is not me talking, y'all. These are people in the comments.
This is the comment section. Having moments.
Listen, man. You know what? I know we out of time. We're out of time. And ladies and gentlemen, we really do appreciate you joining us this evening on this live episode of the Let's Get Canceled podcast. Please make sure that you like, share, and subscribe to all of our content on all our platforms. And if you enjoy listening to podcasts while you're riding instead of watching, make sure on Thursdays that you check us out on all your streaming platforms for podcasts. All right. Thank you so much for all of your help. Hey, Tommy with an H, would you like to say anything?
Fat people, we got to hold them accountable. We've got to hold them accountable. I'm the advocate for us fat people. You know what I'm saying? I will take the torch. And dang it, I don't like your name, but baby girl, hey, you stay in that gym, and the things that you think you can do, if you can't do them, that's okay.
The reason she goes to the gym
Just keep
because
trying.
Dunkin' Donuts next door.
All right, we're gonna get up out of here. God bless y'all. Cousin.
Yo, what up, cousin? What up,
we have
cousin?
not been canceled yet, but I think
Not
they're
you,
coming
but
for
I
you
probably
pretty
did.
soon.
Yo,
Not yet.
man. It is what it is, man. So we got to do this again, bro.
Got to do this again next week. We'll see y'all on Wednesday, cuz. I love you, boy.
I love you, man.
Love y'all
Easy,
too.
boy.
Peace.
Peace.